Just wanted to give you a brief overview of our Canvas course for Calc 2 for spring semester. Many of you had me when I took over Professor Benjalali's class last semester, so things might be a little different. They might look very similar, but I just thought it would be good to give you a brief overview of the course and point out some specific items. So when you sign into the course, you're brought directly to the home screen, which just gives you a little bit of information. But most of the work you're going to do is through modules. You will, of course, I'll go back to home screen for a second. Anything upcoming will usually post here, but I wouldn't rely on that. If you go into modules, all of your assignments and everything will be found here. Real quick, you can look through the syllabus on your own, but just to take a look, I do encourage you to read through. You will see I do have on-campus office hours Tuesdays from 1 to 12:30, Wednesdays from 10 to 11. I will also do appointments by Zoom, but that is only by appointment, so you have to email me to set up a time. I tend to be in my office other days as well and do have some open time. So if you do want to meet me in person but can't meet during those times, again, just send an email. We will certainly work something out. This book is the exact same book you used in Calc 1. So if you did purchase the option 2 Life of the Edition, you should be all set. When you click on My Lab and Mastering, you should be able to sign in and get immediately into our course because it is the same book. If you came from a different college for Calc 1 or only purchased the 18-week version in Calc 1, unfortunately you will need to purchase it again. You will do that also through My Lab and Mastering. There is information under course information module telling you exactly how to register. The technology for this course is pretty basic. If you don't have a graphing calculator, you do not necessarily need a graphing calculator. What you need at the bare minimum is a scientific calculator on tests. That's all you will be able to use is a scientific. During labs, I do strongly encourage the use of technology, especially to help sketch some of the graphs so you get a visual of what the graphs look like or the area between graphs look like. So, Desmos, of course, is a great tool for that. I also have on here GeoGebra. What I do like about GeoGebra, and I'll show you real quick, is they have apps that you can download directly to your computer, so they're not web-based. So if you're in the West Building and the internet isn't working too well, this GeoGebra works out nicely. The other thing it does, and you'll find it very similar to Desmos. If you click the function button in GeoGebra, you can it will integrate for you. So we'll just do a simple integration of X. Notice it varies what you make C, and it will change and do a variety of graphs. But if you were doing this in class, because this is an indefinite integral, you would have to just write plus C. Now, I can also integrate a definite integral. You have to use the keys, and it gets tricky plugging in a bunch of fractions and stuff like that. Again, I'm just going to do X for this sake. Suppose I want to do a definite integral from, 3 to 9. So after you put your integral, put your commas in, and it will evaluate that for you. Interesting thing to note is in a indefinite integral, you are getting a function, actually a family of functions based on where your C value is. The definite integral is a little bit different because that's when we are talking about area under a curve. So you will get the visual for that when you look at the GeoGebra tool. Okay, let me go back to the course. So this is something you can certainly play around with and could become very useful when you're going through your labs. As you go through this first lab, part 1, I talk about, this is your practice. I just want you to do everything, but there are other parts where I say, hey, you can use technology. So that's some of the technology that you can use. Back to our syllabus. Here we are. Some of you in science have learned MATLAB in your engineering classes. So if you, will come across some things, if you want to practice your MATLAB, you can certainly program and use that for certain things on labs. Here's the thing though, use the technology to help enhance your learning, not in place of your learning, because when it comes to taking a test, you're not going to have that technology. The technology is great also to check your work. There's going to be labs where I'm way more concerned about the setup of the integral versus the evaluation or the answer at the end. So I will say, hey, just use technology to evaluate the integral. I need to see that you set it up correctly though. So, beware of that as you go through the course. So read through the syllabus. We will have 4 exams. I prefer 4 because then each exam has slightly less weight. So 4 exams that come out to 40%, which puts each exam at about at 10% of your grade. We'll have 8 labs throughout the course. Then my math lab homework will come to about 15% of your grade, and then the cumulative final exam will be 30% of your grade. And there's the grade breakdown for the end of the course. So again, please read through us. You are responsible for knowing everything in the syllabus. So these are the rules and regulations for our particular course. So please read through it very carefully. I'll leave you to do all that. Here we go. This schedule will reflect our weekly modules. So this is a snapshot. What I have open for you on Canvas right now is the modules up through the first test. So you have the first 4 modules available to you on Canvas, and then I will add more modules as I finish creating the videos and everything else for them. So this is everything that's up there, and each of these weeks will reflect the modules. So let's go back to those. All right, so also under course information is all your information for registering for MathLab, so please look through that. It is required for this course. We will be working in groups, so please look at these group guidelines. Why groups are required, tips on working with groups. What do you do if your group member's not participating? Please do not email me and say you want to work alone. That is not an option. Read through the group guidelines to find out why. I am giving you all right now until Sunday. Some of you have worked together in a previous calc course online, so if there are people you work really well with, I'm giving you to Sunday to give me those names. Each member that wants to be in the group has to give me the name. So if you want to work with so-and-so, not only do you have to email me, but so-and-so has to email me as well so I can confirm that you two are working together. If groups will be made of 3 to 4 people, so if only 2 of you wish to work together, I will add 1 to 2 people to your group. If you give me a group of 3 to 4, then you will stay in that group of 3 to 4. And don't worry, most people won't, they'll let me just put them in their group. So if you don't respond by Sunday, it's perfectly fine. I will finalize the groups Monday morning, and that's when you'll know. Once the groups are finalized, the lab assignments will be connected to those groups, and you will get a group discussion board so that you can talk to each other and only the members of your group, and of course myself, can see that discussion. This way you can communicate how you're going to get together and how you're going to work. And I do give you some tips on how to work in the groups under these guidelines. Keep in mind, just like last semester, 1 person will upload the group work. Okay, everyone will see my feedback. I give detailed feedback on labs. If you get anything wrong, I try to explain what you did wrong, what you should do. So every group member will see that feedback. I did post an introductory discussion post, so please do that. It's not graded, but it's important, especially since we're going to be working in groups. Put it out there. Tell us who you are. We are going to be working together this semester. I do encourage, if people do live near campus and you want to form study groups to get together on campus, I think that is a great idea. This particular questions is, if you have any questions for the course, you know, ask it here, because chances are other people had similar questions. I do give you a module of reviews, so this is entirely up to you. If you feel pretty confident coming into this course, you don't need to worry about it, but maybe you don't remember your trig identities. Maybe you don't remember how to work around a unit circle. Maybe you don't remember how to factor something. So there's lots of stuff here for you to work with. Also, if there's something from Calc 1 that you come across you're struggling with and we really need it, like anything in derivatives or integrals in Calc 2, I posted the playlist to my videos from Calc 1, so you can kind of take a look and, you know, come up with something and rewatch a video or whatever you need to do to get yourself caught up. Here's access to some of those online resources I was talking about, Desmos, the GeoGebra apps, and Wolfram Alpha is another free tool. They will not necessarily give you the step-by-step answers to your integrals, but they are a great tool to check to see if you integrated correctly and you're getting the correct answer. I will end up posting all the labs here. I only have up through lab 4 right now. So lab 1, everyone this weekend, before the groups are made Monday, should print out lab 1 and start working on it. A lot of it is from 5.5, the substitution rule for integration. You need to know that, so please review that. And again, if you need a quick review, you can pull up this playlist of videos and just look up 5.5 for the U sub. So please, your labs, they'll also be posted in the modules, but I put them here so they are convenient for you to access. Okay, so again, this will match what you saw in your syllabus, your introduction. What I have done for this course, the notes are just from the textbook. They're the publisher notes. So these notes are kind of a summary. They're PowerPoints. They're a summary of what you see in the textbook with the textbook examples and everything all worked out. Underneath the notes are the videos. These are videos that I make. What I try my best to do is not overwhelm you with details of theorems and proofs and stuff like that. I try to give you a general idea of where these procedures and formulas are coming from. That can help you memorize them. So, you know, why do we do things a certain way? That's what I try to do in the videos, and then I try to provide a couple examples. I do not make them an hour and a half long. I do my best to keep them at about 40 minutes. It doesn't always happen, especially if I feel we have to give more examples, or I put them in 2 parts. So you will want to watch these videos. They are connected to my YouTube Calc 2 playlist. Again, I have only created up through about the first test right now. So I will keep working on that so that when it comes time for me to get to the second test, everything is in there for you. And then I have the homework. So the homework is grouped. So this first homework covers 6.1 to 6.4. So this week, if you only want to get through 6.2, when you click on the homework, all you have to do, let's see if it comes up here so I can help you. I have to go through Pearson. Okay, so here is 6.1 to 6.4, but when you click on a problem, so maybe you only watched up to 6.1 and 6.2 of videos. This is 6.19, 6.1, 6.1. Sorry. So 6.2, and again, click. So you can do any of these problems up through 6.2, and then you can stop when you get to there. So this should give you just a brief overview of the video. I'm going to have to go now. My dogs are going to start barking. I look forward to working with you all, and I'll be in touch.